everybody, welcome to Monday Night Live in Lexington, you guys. My name is Kathryn Kauffman, and I'm a psychic medium here in Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome to my every Monday night show. This is where we discuss what and who we are on this journey called life. Well, it isn't exactly a Monday every Monday night show here lately. We've been trying out some new things, and I'm hearing back from you guys that you want to see and hear me, regardless of whether or not there are glitches in the programming. Let me switch to the chat. Hey to my special friend, Miss Yasmin Jadoon. And Yasmin knows what's going on. So my hair is up. Our air conditioning has been off for 2 days. It is hotter than blazes in here. And so my energy is just non existent. And hopefully we will be getting this fixed soon. But anyway, hey Tatiana, good to see you tonight. I want to draw your attention to the screen over here. There we go. If you are interested in supporting me on Patreon, there are daily psychic forecasts and influences, moon influences, posted every single day on the Patreon page, and they're extended forecasts. So you get a look at, should you cut your hair or not? Should you plant or not? Should you go on a trip or not? All of that's on the Patreon page. Hey to Joe Bruce, good to see you. And then there are special teaching modules on the Patreon site, depending on what tier that you join. We have live stream hangouts together where I answer questions, and it's just a lot of fun. Come hang out with us on Patreon. And the QR code is right beside me there. Now, if you want to send a little tip today, I forget, right there is the little scan code for Buy Me a Coffee. And I do appreciate all those cups of coffee because I'm a coffee drinker. Now, because this is the dream show, and I hate it that you guys on Instagram can't see this, I am trying the integrated portion of Restream. It's a beta right now. It's in beta right now to have Instagram on Restream. And you have to, if you don't have an Apple computer, that is the problem. And so you have to go all jumping through hoops if you don't have an Apple device. So I jumped through the hoops for you tonight on Instagram, and it didn't work. As you can see, I'm doing this off my phone, and so it's kind of catty corner to what we're looking at. But because this is a dream show, here's the QR code for the dream book that I recommend people buy on Amazon. And it not only gives you like a little bitty dictionary in the book, but it teaches you how to best interpret symbology. And when I'm talking to people about interpreting their dreams, you have to look at the context of the whole dream in order to interpret it correctly. You can't just look at one piece of the dream or one symbol in the dream and get the whole meaning of the dream. I think that's kind of why these shows are beneficial, because I'm anonymously going to give you the person's whole dream, and then I'm going to kind of walk you through how to interpret it. And that's my hope, is that that's going to help you interpret your own dreams a little bit easier, so that you can see how is she doing that, how did she arrive at that meaning there. So these are all anonymous, and if you want to send your dreams in for July, just message them to me on whatever social media account that you follow me on. You can message on Instagram or Facebook, and you can message on TikTok also, although I don't check that one as frequently as I do Instagram. and Facebook. Now, because this is an adult show, I get to have a frozen margarita, and it's so hot in here that it's not exactly frozen anymore, as you can see. It's only got ice at the top, but this is doing the trick. So, mm, my husband's amazing. That's all I got to say. All right, so let's jump into it, shall we? Um, like I said, these are all anonymous, so I'm not going to mention any names. So now this was a message. It's not exactly a dream per se, but it is a message. And the person wants to know, here's what they say. I feel emotions in my dreams that I do not feel in the waking hours. They are intense, and whether good or bad, I never experience these emotions while I'm awake. It makes me want to sleep all the time in hopes of having them. Okay, so there's a big clue there. I feel emotions in my dreams that I do not feel in waking hours. So this person is either repressing or suppressing the emotions to such a degree that they don't even enter into the picture. And the subconscious is bringing that to the person's attention during sleep hours. They're allowing them to feel the things that maybe the person is repressing or suppressing. And it may have gotten to where it's just an automatic thing that their psyche does is to repress all of this. So, what I would suggest that person do is to go and have some hypnotherapy done, and that way the hypnotherapist can regress them to the point where they started repressing or suppressing the emotions and work through the reasons why they began doing that, and then maybe implant a post hypnotic suggestion that the next time they wish to suppress or repress emotions that they are able to not they're able to feel the emotions that they would like to feel that are positive for them, because I'd hate for them to open a floodgate of all these negative emotions. you know and you can kind of fashion your post hypnotic suggestion to exactly what you would like it to do. So it's pretty individualized, I guess you might say. Now, um, let me do a quick shout out. Here's a QR code for my friends over at Hitched to Homicide. This is a true crime podcast, and it is a really good one. I think it airs every Wednesday on all platforms just about. But and they have a YouTube channel too. And I think this QR code might take you to the YouTube channel, or it might take you to the website. I think it's probably takes you to the website. But if you like YouTube and you want to watch it on YouTube, you can find that YouTube link on the website as well. Go over and give them some love on their page, and test them out, and listen to an episode or two and see what you think. Here's another sponsor for the show, Instacart. I love my Instacart because gas is expensive and I'm busy, and I still want to cook a fine meal, at the end of the day. And Instacart allows me to do that. Like, I don't have to run around or spend time out of the day trying to go get groceries. And I think when you first join Instacart, it's either the first one or two orders you get your delivery for free. Depending on where you live, of course. But it's a really good thing to have. So if you want to look into it further, just scan that QR code and you definitely can do that. All right, let's get back to our dreams. Let me go to the chat and make sure that I'm seeing everything. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. So here is the one of the first dreams here. Okay. So the person says that this is a dream that they dreamed very vividly. And what that means when you're dreaming very vividly is your subconscious is calling a high attention to the topic. Um, and so it's, making things stand out a little bit brighter. Hey to Joy Hall on Instagram. Good to see you. So now this person says that they still remember it vividly. And I did not sleep for 3 days and was afraid to turn the lights off, meaning, this really took them by surprise and it was disturbing. So they dreamt that they were walking up to a beautiful country dirt road, and I saw a white house with a white portico sitting on a small hill with people standing on it. Now, what I'm going to do is just read through the dream, and then we'll go back and section it out. Okay, so she's walking up this hill with people standing on it. I walked up to the people and found that they were all in black cloaks, and I could not see their faces. A black cloaked male approached me. I got scared and returned to the dirt road to continue on. I looked and they followed me, and they were getting close to me. I woke up before they got to me. It terrified me. Okay, so let's go back and section this out. So first of all, it's disturbing. The subconscious brings it to their attention by the vividness of the dream. She's walking up a beautiful country dirt road. Now, when you're walking up a dirt road, or you're bicycling up a dirt road, or anything like that, what that means is you're walking your own path. You're doing your own thing. You're not following a group of people. You're walking your own path. So she sees this white house and white portico on a small hill. Now, anything white is referencing spirit and positivity, spiritual things, spiritual aspects. And the White House can also represent the person, the spiritual aspects of the person. So she sees that the people are all in black cloaks, and she specifically says that she can't see their faces. So the reason why the faces are gone is that these are empty vessels. They're void of any empathy. They're void of emotions. And the black cloak is a representation of the antithesis of the White House. So these are kind of demonic, negative type of entities. Now, the black cloaked male approaches, and then they all start after her and are getting closer and closer. So what this basically means is that eventually you are going to meet, even though you're a spiritual person and you're a positive person, eventually you are going to have to deal with or come into contact with these type of beings in real life. So these are basically humans that are sort of partially possessed by demonic influences. And what people don't realize is that, the demonic works through influence, and that is money can influence people in the wrong direction, and people aren't really taking seriously what they're doing when they allow a negative influence to override the positive that spirit lays down for us. So but no matter how good of a life you lead, you are going to have to deal with these entities eventually. And that's why they're closing in on her in this dream. So then you got to decide, I guess the subconscious is asking her, how are you going to deal with this? Running away from it is not the answer. Standing up to it is the answer, but yes, you can get damaged in the process, and that's just the way it is. And that leads me to another show I want to do with Sister Jessica about evil in the world today and how it, what Satan really is and how these entities influence us and, how that takes place. I think we need to look into it a little bit further. Okay, let's go on to the next dream. This person is in a car with their ex roommate, and these people insisted us to take this pig, and we wouldn't, so they started throwing darts at me. And it kept going in my back. I'm assuming what they're meaning to say is the darts kept going in the back as I'm trying to drive. Later, the roomie and I were laying down, and the pig comes up and tries to lay with us. Then I woke up. So let's go back and analyze that really quick. So they're in the car with their ex-roommate. Now, it's significant that this is an ex-roommate because evidently there's a problem with how the roommate sees things and how they see things. And these people insist them to take this pig, but they won't. So they started throwing darts. So what that means is, and pigs really represent greed and excess, but they represent those people that I was just talking about that are under like evil influences, because the pig kind of represents the people who are under greed, excess, money hungry, and because maybe this person wouldn't go along with it, they're getting darts thrown at them. So they're coming under a little bit of an attack because they won't cooperate. And then as they go back to the room and lay down, the pig comes up and tries to lay down with them. Okay, so this goes back to, there's an old saying, be careful who you are in bed with. I don't know if any of you guys remember that old saying or not, but it's be careful who you're in bed with. And so it's kind of warning them not to lay with people who are greedy, excessive, and not to go along with things just because you may become a target or get those darts thrown in the back. And there are a lot of other sayings too about being in bed with shady characters, that kind of thing. And I think that's where these terms come from. All right, here's another dream. So this person's family, and they were all at a funeral of their great-grandmother. So when the subconscious puts situations like this into your dream, it's sort of a staging, or it's a replay of an event, but it's sort of like staging, and it's meant to deliver a message, and we're going to see what the message is here. So I'm going to go ahead and read through it. So we were at the church to see her move on. In real life, she had already passed. Before this dream happened, I was with a group of people, not family related, but some other people, and then it switched back to this somehow. We were in the church, and when we came up, her body was reactivated. No one freaked out, and the people who were working for the funeral home said sometimes the body does reactivate. And then a little TV popped up right next to all of us. It was like she didn't want to go. So I told her to imagine a Tinkerbell world, because she mentioned Tinkerbell. And so we both closed our eyes to help her move to a place she wanted. But then the TV turned onto this little cartoon show, and there was a cat. As the cat was laying down, so did she, and she rested once again. Okay, so let's go back to interpret this. So in real life, the grandmother's already passed, but the subconscious is bringing this up again because the grandmother wants to communicate with her. Okay. So it's a replay or a staging point for the communication. Now, her body reactivates, and everybody's acting like it's normal, and the staff are even saying sometimes the body does reactivate. And so what that does is it's satiating the conscious mind, because conscious mind is like trying to reason with the dream and going, why is she's supposed to be dead? Why is she sitting up talking? So that's provided for in the dream. The staff is telling her some people do reactivate. And so that takes the stress out of the situation. Then we have this little TV screen that pops up. The TV screen is representing direct communication with the subconscious. Now, they're trying to get her to move on. And so they're trying to imagine this Tinkerbell place so that she can move to that place. But then the TV turns into this little cartoon show where there's a cat, and when the cat lays down, she lays down. So we have this little TV and the cartoon. These are all communication devices. And instead of going to the place that they're, mentioning in their minds, trying to project her to, she's going to wherever the cat is. And so I think it is a communication from the grandmother saying that the place that she wants to go is different than what they envision for her, but it's still pleasurable. Like cats sometimes can represent independence, and also cats, like the places that cats go, a cat will love it more than it loves cream, some of those sayings. And that when the cat lays down, so does she, meaning settled, curling up for a cat nap. So there may be a reference to cat nap in there, but I think it is more pointing towards the individuality of the person, in that they're going to go where they feel the most comfortable. And so when that person envisions where their great grandmother is, it's going to be something similar to the little cartoon show where the cat was. So that was interesting. All right, let's go to the last one. I think this is the last. Yeah, and this one's a complicated one. So this one is a dream between two people. It's two sisters. My sister and I were present, no location, just floating. She was on my left shoulder. She reached to my neck and pulled a necklace that Mom gave me out of my shirt. I pulled away as I felt she might recognize it. We transformed into our great grandmother's bathroom, where she had lots of stuff to flush down a very tiny toilet bowl. I said it would stop at the toilet, and she pulled out a pajama t-shirt and said it was in a light color. When we suddenly appeared in an unknown outside location in the grass, standing in front of a rock approximately breast high, several feet wide, giving a wall shelf feel. Tall grass surrounding our total location, not an open field, felt like a house behind me. I couldn't see. The rock had a hanger with a necklace with a medallion with some inscription that I was attracted to. Sister was on my left side, approximately 10 feet away to the left. In front of my sister was a coworker from years ago. I didn't care for her and can't understand why she appears in my dreams. This person is Catholic. She had another medallion necklace in her hand. I want to say she was reaching for me. I'm not sure though. She was not saying anything, just looking. I think she was burning incense, and there was incense billowing from a container on the rock by the necklace. Okay, this is a complicated one. Hey to Robert. And let's see, Tiana. I'll definitely. Yes. Message me anytime, Tiana, and we will get some of these dreams on July too. So let's start off with this last dream. So the sister and I were present, no location, just floating. So that's an out of body experience, meaning that this is some kind of dream walking or astral projection because of the floating feeling. And her sister's on her left shoulder, and she tries to reach for a necklace that she has on that her mother had given her. So that what that means is the sister's wanting to take something that you value from you. So this kind of alludes to a greedy or kind of snatchy type of nature. And then they're projected to the grandmother's bathroom where the sister has lots of stuff to flush down the toilet bowl. And she's telling her, don't do that or you're going to stop at the toilet. And I feel like she probably does it anyway. And she pulls out a pajama t-shirt and said it was a real light color. And anytime it's like light blue or light pink, that kind of relates to the infantile nature of the person that they're trying to point attention to. And so the subconscious is trying to tell her that the sister is involved in sort of, I don't want to say dangerous behavior, but questionable behavior. Then they're suddenly in this outside location. We've got all this grass, we've got a rock shelf, we have the tall grass, open field, and the necklace medallion with an inscription. So these things are important. It's important that they're in this open location because there's nobody in control of the location. And they're showing her this medallion to draw her attention to it. The sister's over onto her left side. Then she sees this co-worker from years ago that she didn't particularly care for. And I think that it's a spirit guide, and the spirit guide has chosen the image of the coworker just to get her attention that this is important. And so what they're doing is using the image of somebody from this person's past to draw attention to what they're doing, which is, she has this other medallion necklace in hand, and she's also burning incense. So this is how I interpret this. The spirit guide is signaling her that she needs psychic protection in that a lot of protective medallions, and specifically in these type of situations, are Saint Benedictine medallions. And so she's kind of signaling to her that she needs psychic protection by drawing her attention to the medallion necklace and the inscription, but also the burning of incense, kind of telling her symbolically that she needs to cleanse her aura, maybe smudge her aura, and that's needed desperately to be done because of all the negativity that goes on with what the situation is happening with the sister. So, and let me check all this stuff just to make sure we've got everything noted. Now, tonight's show is just a little bit short because, like I said, the air conditioning situation, my melting ice, and my melting body here. Hopefully, this will come through good for you guys. It will help you to interpret your own dreams for the future. The next show that's coming up is going to be, and you guys need to message me and let me know what you want. Do you want me to go back to live stream, or do you like the pre-recorded stuff? Now I'm hearing stuff on both sides, and it's pretty well equal. So you guys that chime in and let me know more about what you like and what you want, and how often you want. That'll be, I guess, the determining factor. But the next show that I was going to do We're gonna do the live shows for the dream every week. Not every week, but every month. Those will be the monthly shows. Then the next show that I'm gonna do is it'll be the part 3 on how to protect your home from evil, and it's just gonna be replication of a house clearing, basically. Here's what you do: step 1, step 2, step 3. And so, it'll be just laid out for you in a video style. So Tiana likes lives. Awesome. Thank you. And like I said, if you're just tuning in and you haven't been on here for the beginning of the show, if you want to turn in your dreams, then message me on whatever social media platform you're watching on, and I will put you on the dream show for July. And these are all done anonymously, so you don't have to worry about anybody giving away your anonymity. All right, you guys. Till next time, kisses from Kentucky, and I will see you later.